Hello, everybody. I'm going to apologize in advance for how awful my mic sounds and my voice. It's a little harsh today. I decided that I'm like looking up new products from DJI, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, it quit working," and DJI Refresh charged me even more money on top of what I already had, and they don't know what to do. They just don't know what to do. Um, I have DJI Refresh on my Mavic Mini, and I've used it. And I've made a video on it how they do try to scam you. Let them scam you. Use a credit card. But I'm going to show you here. I had my DJI for a year, my Mini. Oops, just dropped something on the ground. I had my Mini for a year, and the I had the DJI refresh. And in that year, all of a sudden, I started having gimbal problems. So I turned it in. I have a video on here on my YouTube somewhere about this, but I see a lot of people having problems again. I turned it in. They got it. All of a sudden, they wanted $100 to repair a gimbal motherboard. Internal part. I looked up my DJI refresh. This ain't the paper. I don't know which one it is. I really don't want to click on the wrong one, and it showed details, and then I got to blur it out. But it came up, and they said I need $100. I'm like, okay, here you go, $100. I was so nice to him, got it done. Looked through my DJI refresh, and number one, if you look at your papers, was any internal motherboard, gimbal problems, anything. And they put down that it wasn't my fault, it was an internal motherboard problem. I'm like, well, that's number one, that's covered. So I went ahead and paid it, made sure my drone came clear to the mail, came to me, worked and everything, which ended up sending me a brand new drone. So that was a bit off putting because I really like my original drone because the one they sent me has connection problems at ranges where my old one did not. So then you go onto your credit card. Now pay with a credit card. Don't pay with a Visa or not a Visa, a debit card. Don't pay with a debit card. Pay with a credit card, especially Chase. I have Chase in America. You go on there and you tell Chase this is an unauthorized transaction, but put down that they charged you for something you already paid for. And then they'll ask you what, and then you put in your DJI refresh number and put well, at least for mine, I put down that the very first number one on the refresh agreement is um, motherboard problem, and then I put down that I put a screenshot of the email from DJI saying basically the same thing DJI refresh covers, where they would not cover it. My credit card issued me a full refund. Then you got to wait, at least with Chase, you got to wait 60 days for it to be totally completed, and if DJI is going to argue it or not. No, I got an email from DJI saying, we're so sorry we did that. Then they wanted my feedback, and I put awful feedback. I don't even know why they sent that to you. But no, I got all my money back, $100. I think it was 99 or whatever, and I got to keep the drone, my new drone. So then my 2 year or my 1 year comes up. I only paid for 1 year because I really thought I'd upgrade every year with a drone. Decided against that, and they said, hey, since you only paid for 1 year, do you want to pay for a second year? Even though I already used the 1 year in the 1 year. Well, the 1 year replacement. So when you buy a 2 year, when you originally buy it, you get two replacements in 2 years. You get one per year. So if I was to refresh the refresh for another year, I would get another replacement. So I went ahead and bought it. It was $34. It actually went down a little bit, which was surprising. Went ahead and bought it, and then they sent me this right away. It's only bound to one product. If you got it replaced, it's bound to the new product, and basically in here, it will not cover the new product, even though you already bought refresh for another year. They don't tell you this till after you buy it, after you buy the second year of refresh. So I'm going to use it if I have a problem within that year. If not, they made $34 off me. Most likely I'll be using it because I do some harsh stuff with it. But they don't tell you this until after you pay for it. So if you after pay for this and then you don't want to go through the hassle that I just said, do the same thing with your credit card here. They scammed you. They tried to say, hey, we'll give you another year refresh. As soon as you do it, you don't get the refresh on the item. Most likely, they are going to do the DJI refresh. It seemed like an honest repair service, just a dishonest scamming on their profits and how they want to make their money by pissing off their people versus do anything. A lot of people don't have problems with paying $30 extra to fix a $500 drone. That's why they keep trying to scam everyone. Me, I paid for the DJI refresh. I'm going to read the agreements, and they're going to hold to it, or I'm going to just tell my credit card company, hey, I need my money back. Now, if you're out of this, or I seen one person on the action camera say that it lasted 2 times and then water got into it and then they got a new one. It lasted 15 days. A scam I like to do, because I only do this when a company scams me or screws me over and doesn't allow or doesn't do their warranty, is buy a new one on Amazon. Take the box or take your original box, switch out the product and return it. If they're going to scam you, I have a surge protector from a company that they put too small of a joules in it, and as soon as our power goes out and comes back on, it trips it. Well, I really like that brand, and I need that size, and it has a side plug and all that. So I go ahead and buy a new one. It comes in the mail. I put the junk one in it, wrap it up all nice, and return it, saying it arrived junk. Or I put the honest truth in the return, putting, hey, power went out today, and it came back on. It fried it already. Done that I don't know how many times with that until they're going to make one that's good. Yeah, just do that. Quit hassling. Quit having a paperweight in your house. Don't throw it away. Jesus, put it on eBay or something and try to sell it. But yeah, you can do that with like Xbox consoles. Yeah, there's a serial number on the side, but Amazon really doesn't care. And then if they don't issue you a refund, I've had that. Just tell your credit card company, here's your tracking number. I returned it. I've had that twice with Amazon on orders where I didn't try to scam them. I actually legitimately returned it. And yeah, you just tell your credit card company, and the credit card company's like, what the hell, you returned it, and they give you your money back. So hopefully this helps everybody out. Yeah, the DJI refresh is definitely worth it, but you gotta make sure they don't continue to scam you. Thanks for watching.